Hi, Mark Grant, clinical psychologist here with 8 tips to help you cope with coronavirus anxiety. So we're living in scary times. Most of us are used to living in a world where we take good health and the expectation that we can live securely and safely to a ripe old age for granted. Life-threatening diseases which threaten large proportions of the population are unique and not something most of us have ever experienced in our lifetimes. It's also all come upon us shockingly fast. As one reviewer described it, it's a bit like watching a tsunami coming towards the shore. One minute it seems to be way off in the distance, and the next minute things are crashing all around us. Everyday activities such as shopping, going to work, socializing, and even a visit to the doctor have changed. And for many people, it's a situation that's threatening their livelihoods. And we don't really know how long it's going to be before things return to normal, if ever. It does seem likely that this situation will have consequences for most of our lives for some time. So because of the ongoing nature of the situation and the uncertainty about what's going to happen, it's anxiety provoking. So here are 8 tips for helping you cope with that anxiety. And the first one is simply to accept that it is an anxiety-provoking situation and you're going to feel anxious, and that's normal. Anxiety is your normal system alerting you to the fact that there's some kind of threat and you need to pay attention to it. It's actually an adaptive thing. It helps us to survive. Number 2, get information. Yes, we live in an information age where it's easy to get access to information, and this is kind of an advantage and a problem. It's an advantage in the sense that we can easily find out how the virus works and what we can do to protect ourselves about it, such as social distancing and washing your hands. But it can be a disadvantage in the sense that there's a 24-hour news flow, and it can be, stressful to see what's happening in the world and that things seem to be getting worse. So perhaps you need to limit that access to information as well. I'd also add that while some of us are information junkies, in a way, no amount of information can completely eliminate the anxiety, because until the situation is controlled and behind us, we'll feel a certain level of personal threat. I would remind you also that every problem has a solution, and the experts will find a solution to this. They're already very close to doing that. Number 3, talk to someone. Despite the advice to self-isolate, human beings are social animals, and we derive comfort from sharing our fears and anxieties. Everyone is talking about this threat to our lives, and that is good and normal. Human beings have always gotten together to share their feelings and support each other. Although group gatherings are not a good idea at the moment, being with family and even Facebook and social media can be risk-free sources of support. Number 4, look after your physical health. Common sense advice about health and self-care is more important than ever. Making sure you get adequate food, rest, and exercise not only stimulates decreased stress and tension, it also improves immune functioning, your body's natural defense mechanism against infection. Number 5, do things that give you a sense of control. You can't control the coronavirus pandemic, but you can control what you do in your personal life. So find something that gives you a sense of satisfaction and control. Organize your photos, weed your garden, write that memoir, whatever you like to do. Number 6, use bilateral stimulation. Focusing on bilateral stimulation while noticing your feelings about what's making you anxious interrupts worry and triggers a relaxation response. Try this by just tapping your knees alternately left and right whilst holding in your mind stressful thoughts and feelings and noticing what happens with an open mind. You'll be surprised. You can also use audio bilateral stimulation, available free from my Sleep Restore app, and it's a feature of my Anxiety Release app, along with several guided meditations and exercises incorporating bilateral stimulation. Recommended you wear headphones when using audio bilateral stimulation. Most people will notice an effect within a couple of minutes. Number 7. Remind yourself of the things that give you hope and joy. What are the things that matter in your life? What are the things that get you out of bed in the morning? Your work, your family, sporting or academic achievements, creative endeavors. Focusing on the things that give your life purpose and meaning diverts your attention from the things that you can't control and helps restore perspective. Finally, number 8, remember we're all in this together. Although there are some people behaving badly, most of us are doing the right thing and looking out for each other. That's what's helped us as a species to survive other catastrophes, and that's what will get us through this. This will end and life will go on, perhaps a bit different, but life will go on. So my best wishes to all of you for your health and safety.